Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Gary Payton 2 on defending Jalen Brunson, you know the league, can't touch anybody. Jalen Brunson dominated against the Golden State Warriors on Monday night to lead the New York Knicks to a 119-112 win. After the contest, Gary Payton 2 was asked about the challenges Brunson presents, and he wasn't in the mood to compliment the Knicks star. You know the league, can't touch anybody, Payton said. He's pretty shifty, so if he gets you leaning one way and then go, you probably gonna commit fully the other way, and then it's up to him if he wants to stop, pump fake, do what we wants, and all you need is a little contact and they gonna call it. While the referees can be a bit whistle-happy, I am not sure Brunson gets a whole lot of protection from them. The 27-year-old is averaging 6.3 free throw attempts per game this season, which ranks 14th in the NBA. When you consider Brunson ranks third in the league with 18.9 drives per game, an argument could be made he might deserve a few more trips to the line. Against the Warriors, Brunson had 34 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 1 steal. He was 12-25 from the field, 3-9 from beyond the arc, and 7-8 from the line. Those 8 free throw attempts were the most in that game, but he got 3 of them because Payton extended his foot into Brunson's landing area, which resulted in a flagrant foul. Well, Payton certainly can't complain about the officials giving Brunson calls when he does something like that. You could even make the case that the Knicks guard deserved more trips to the line. Brunson got hit in the face on a drive during the game, but the referees didn't call a foul. He then hilariously asked Bob Myers, who was on commentary, if that was a foul, and Myers agreed it was. With all that in mind, Payton just comes across as a sore loser, trying to make excuses for why he and his team couldn't slow down Brunson. As for how the Warriors guard fared in the game, he had 6 points and 1 assist off the bench. While Payton was not in the mood to compliment Brunson, Draymond Green was. On the latest episode of The Draymond Green Show, he tipped his cap to the Knicks guard. Jalen Brunson is a 3-level scorer, Green said. He can finish at the rim, he can finish in the mid-range, he got a floater, he got a 3, he got a pull-up he score at all levels. Me personally, I'd rather guard him one-on-one than guard him in a pick-and-roll. Guarding him in a pick-and-roll is tough, almost impossible. Green said Brunson has been playing at an all-NBA level this season and admitted he did not think he would be this good. I played Jalen Brunson, we did in the playoffs a couple of years ago with Dallas, that is a totally different player, Green continued. And by the way, he was really good then, so I'm not going to act like he was a bum then. Not sure any of us thought he'd be this. Brunson is a far better player now than he was in his last season with the Dallas Mavericks. He is a bona fide NBA star, who is averaging 27.6 points, 3.7 rebounds, 6.4 assists, and 1.0 steals per game. Brunson has led the Knicks to a 41-27 record this season, and they are currently 4th in the standings in the Eastern Conference. Draymond Green says Warriors seem to be playing a lot better and more connected on road than at home. On the latest episode of his podcast, 4-time NBA champion Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green said the team seems to be playing a lot better and more connected on the road than at home. The Warriors have lost their last 3 home games to the Chicago Bulls, San Antonio Spurs, and New York Knicks. The Warriors are 17-18 at home and 18-14 on the road this season. They have an overall record of 35-32. If the regular season ended today, the Warriors would face the Los Angeles Lakers in the 9-10 play-in tournament game. Golden State is 2-1 versus Los Angeles this season. The Warriors are 7th in the NBA in points per game and 19th in points per game allowed. They have the 14th best net rating in the league. The Dubs had a chance to grab their 36th win of the season last night, March 18, against the Knicks, but New York won by a final score of 119-112. Steve Kerr told NBA reporters that the Warriors weren't disciplined enough to beat the Knicks. "I just didn't think we were disciplined enough throughout the game to earn the win," Kerr said, via The Athletic. "We were biting on pump fakes on non-shooters, we were getting back cut over and over again, which compromised our defense. They had 14 offensive boards. They just outplayed us. Simple as that." The Warriors turned the ball over 13 times against the Knicks. Every Golden State starter had a negative plus-minus. "It was almost the exact opposite of our game in New York a couple of weeks ago, where I think we started out that game 14-0, Kerr said. The Warriors lost to the Lakers in the second round of the 2023 playoffs in 6 games. Barring a miracle, it doesn't appear Golden State will win the NBA title this year. A week or two ago, 6th seed was the motivation, Warriors superstar Stephen Curry said. Now I could care less about where we're at. The consistency of how we're playing, that's the most important thing. Because honestly, who cares what seed you are? If you play like we did tonight, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever it is, doesn't matter. You're not getting very far. Is it time to change the starting lineup? The Golden State Warriors starting lineup has confounded them all year long. For years, the team's starting lineup has been exceptional, and the biggest issue they've faced is whether or not they can survive the minutes when Steph Curry and his fellow starters head to the bench. But this year everything has changed. The addition of Chris Paul and the emergence of first- and third-year players have turned the bench into one of the league's elite. Had I told you that before the season, you would probably peg the Dubs for contention in the West. Instead, they sit in the last play-in tournament spot, courtesy of a starting 5 that has struggled throughout the year. After abandoning the same starting 5 that was thoroughly dominant en route to the 2022 championship, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kevin Looney, Kerr finally seemed to have found something special in February. Thompson headed to the bench to be a super sub, replaced by rookie Brandon Podziemski. The ultra-reliable Looney also hit the pine, while Green slid up a position to the 5, accommodating a third-year leap from Jonathan Kuminga. It worked for a while. Golden State was one of the best teams in the NBA in February, despite Paul's absence. The starting 5 was the primary reason why. And now they've come tumbling back to earth, as punctuated by Monday's loss to the New York Knicks, in which the starting 5 combined for just 52 points in 139 minutes, on 18-4-51 shooting. The 5-player bench squad of Paul, Thompson, Tracy Jackson-Davis, Gary Payton II, and Moses Moody on the other hand, erupted for 60 points in just 102 minutes, on 24-for-37 shooting. It feels like Kerr must be giving some consideration to another starting lineup change, in hopes of finding some modicum of momentum in the final month of the regular season. There's a question tree for this, though. The first question is simple: should the Warriors change their starting lineup? If the answer is no, then the question tree is done. Let's assume the answer is yes, though. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation, Warriors? Leave your opinion in the comments.